Good evening, my dear Bhaktas. Happy Navratri. Not only happy Navratri, happy Bommalakolu. I said that because most of the people who are doing in IT and about 50% speak Telugu in my mission. And therefore, that word is very appropriate. Is my voice okay? I'm not shouting, right? Is my voice okay? Thanks for listening to my previous address. Every minute a miracle and every second a story. It's the other way around. Every second a story, every minute a story, every second a miracle. That contained a certain power of Shirdi Baba, or Narasimha Saraswati and Sri Charana, Sripada Sri Vallabha. Today we are going to talk about Shirdi Sai in every breath. There are devotees and devotees and devotees and devotees and devotees. How do you find any devotee is a good devotee or a not so good? There is no bad devotee. Devotee means they are all good. But then the measure of your peerless purity comes from your consciousness, and purity level and conscious level, there is an equation. I am not talking about that. The higher the consciousness, the better will be the person that you will be. So, Shirdi Sai in every breath means Baba once told Malsapati, you just sleep on my chest and you will find, what do you hear? He heard, right? Sri Ram, 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 something like that. Or he could, Shama's heartbeat will be Sai, Sai, Sai. So that is what Shirdi Sai in every breath. Most of the people, the other day one very advanced human being in my mission called me from other city and said, Mama, it's very difficult to get away from this mundane world. I said, who said it is not difficult? It is difficult. For an ordinary person who does not say Sai Sai, at least whenever you have time, that will be the mundane world will always trouble you. Okay, it's like Baba is talking about Kamini and Kanchan, right, in some chapter. It will always trouble you, which is called Maya. So Maya is troubling you, how to get rid of the Maya. That person is a very highly endowed person with consciousness, but even he is not, because he is asking me the question. Very often I come out and then attend to my world. Which Sadguru said you should not attend to your duties? You should always do your job, attend to your duties, the requirements of sons and daughters, get them married, send them to medical school or IT, which is easier. 4 years you get a job. Even while studying you can get a job. But then medical, right? You got to be plowing through so many courses, and organic chemistry looks more difficult than calculus. Those things you have to do when you are studying for medicine. So you have to take care. These are all the duties allotted to the students as well as parents. And when you do that, and the rest of the time, you say, rest of the time I have zero time, minus time. I said, when you are doing that, what is the solution, Mama? This happened conversation 6 days ago. This Houston gentleman was convinced and not convinced that I cannot concentrate, Mama, I cannot come out of these thoughts. Well, be in the thoughts, and in the backdrop, you keep on remembering Sai. Every breath, if you remember Sai, that is the meaning. You need not say, Om Sai Ram, Jai Ram Ji Ki, Sai Ram Ji Ki. No, that's not necessary. Om Shri Dwarakamayi, not necessary. In email also, Om Shri Dwarakamayi is not necessary. You just write the body of the email and then it will be solved. It will be solved for you. This is the guarantee I always give, and it has been happening last 2 weeks alone. About 7 or 8 or 9 persons got their problem solved. How do they get the problem solved? Unless they say Shirdi Sai, or unless they say internally, it is Shuddha Chaitanyam, it is called. In the Chaitanyam you have got to be saying. You understand? So you need not even say, your lip movement is nobody is watching. So Shirdi Sai in every breath means somebody should be doing it. Many of you are doing it. The devotee in Minneapolis, only for the last 2 years or 3 years, or 3 years she knows me. Mother used to come to the satsangs, and the mother has taught the daughter. She had a boil on her chest, and when she went to the doctor briefly, very briefly, why Shirdi Sai in every breath? How did she understand this 3 days ago? Just 3 days ago, she said the boil was the doctor said, "Oh, you have breast cancer," and then she's only 25 years old, and then she's doing PhD in astrophysics. One thing is astrophysics, she's doing the 4th year, and for 4.5 years you're supposed to get your PhD, advanced degree, and she's not struggling. The subject is astrophysics is very vast. And when she's about to submit her dissertation and prepare herself for the defense, she is getting this news that she has. She came to me and said, I can see on the phone, this is from Minneapolis to DFW, I saw her chest, and then I said, this is a clear 4 millimeters below. Your mother is a great devotee. She believes in saying every breath is Shirdi Sai. And you also for the last 2 years doing it, except when you are writing your dissertation theory, you are also having Shirdi Sai in your mind while writing. That's why when he is writing, astrophysics is very tough. He is writing your thesis. She said, yes, I feel it several times. And therefore, for a person of this nature, this is not on your breast, this is 4 millimeters below, and therefore she measured it, and the doctor has already said we have to take a biopsy, blah, blah, follow the big procedure. I said there is absolutely nothing is necessary, it is 4 millimeters below, and therefore it is just a boil. Apply Udi. You got it from your mommy, right? Yeah, my mom gave me the Udi, and she applied the Udi. Next day I get an email, Mama, this exploded, and the wound is open, it is exactly 4 millimeters, and wound is open and pus is coming out, and therefore I am feeling already cured. A devotee who is saying Sai, Sai, Sai only for 2.5, 3 years. 3 years ago she came to the satsang, I don't remember where, some home here in DFW she came. Now if this is on the one side, okay, when this is on the one side, there is the devotee in Atlanta who is doing the puja today, Subbu and Srimati Anita. Subbu and Anita are well known in Atlanta. They are doing a very, very devoted to Shirdi Sai. One person here knows. 2 persons here will know, Shanti and Sri Shiva. The other Shiva has still not come. Yeah. Maybe the distance from Kailash to DFW. But then Lord Shiva has got a lot of powers. For instance, he can just materialize in South Haven and bring him, and they both will materialize in minus 4 seconds. We are talking about 4 millimeters. Subbu and Anita, I'm very happy they are doing it. But more than anybody, today after a very long time in a beautiful home, in front of a beautiful Dwarakamayi they have, in Austin, Sri Rao Garu and Srimati Usha Sri are doing the puja in their home. Entire Austin, 99% of the Austin knows him. So he's expecting 100. But if, people flood my home, what will happen? If they flood your home, it's all right. You have your next home also. You just send everybody to the next home. You already have TV in every room, so they can watch you. They can watch you and watch me from the next room. He has been achieving, along with his wife, quite a lot of Shirdi Sai. I used to call him, you lit the flame of Dwarakamayi Baba in Austin. You are the father of the flame, you are the father of modern Sai movement in Austin. He's well known in Houston and other places too. Here also, several families knows Sri Rao Garu and Usha Sri. Why I mention is, any trouble that comes to them in their family or in the several companies they run, Shirdi Sai will go and help, stand in front of them and help. This will happen. Why this is happening? Whatever is happening in their family, they both are right in front, along with their daughter and son, to pray to Shirdi Baba. How they pray is they intend, very intensely they intend to offer their mind, their consciousness, which is what they are going to do for the last 15 minutes there, for 10, 12 minutes they are doing, along with the hundreds of people, 100 people sitting there. They are all good devotees, most of them. We have Shirdi Sai in every birth, outstanding example in the West Coast, in California, Fremont. Ramakrishnan and Srimati Bhuvana. These are real names. They depend on Shirdi Baba in every email, of which there is one every week. They will send me, Mama, we depend on Shirdi Baba. I know he will give a very nice future. They wanted a job. They wanted this interview. They wanted that particular job from San Diego. They came to Fremont, Kiefer, Tyler, Fremont. When they came, all that they wanted were given to them on a silver platter. All the jobs, IT. How do they get it? They always say, we breathe Shirdi Sai. The child who is born, the boy, is also very active, and he also goes to the temple, Baba temple, and then he offers flowers during the puja. Right now he is sitting there in front of our great uncle. I mentioned a few names. I have to mention Madhavi and Krishna in Tennessee. And then I have to mention Ram Kumar and Uma Balakrishnan in the Bay Area. Why do they mention? She breathes Sambal and Shirdi Baba together. Two powerful gods every moment. Some of you are like this. Some of the names I am saying, and in Houston, in front of a very intelligent and very devoted audience, Ravi and Srimati Swati are doing it for the first time. All these persons always believe Shirdi Baba will protect. Or tell uncle your problems. They will immediately, by the time you hang up, the problems are no longer there. That is happening. But the doer is this person. In the history, in the mythology of all these stories that we hear, I'll tell real stories from Satcharita, real stories from our times, from 1918 to 2023, till yesterday, all stories are real. And why they are real, I got to tell you some of the stories from the real people. There is no way of getting publishing rights, writing rights, filming rights, from all the books. They say a very nice preamble to the book. They say you got to get rights. You cannot be copying it electronically, physically, through your pen on a white paper. Sometimes I got to change the names. But several people know that these things are used in lectures around the world. Another local devotee who said she would be coming here texted me on October 18th, Wednesday, 3-4 days ago. She said, Om Shri Dwarakamayi Mama, we will come on Saturday to the puja. I shouldn't have read it. Are they here? As far as I see in my small sweep, it's a big home, they are not here. Hiding in the kitchen? No. They don't come here for Pergona. They come here to listen to this juicy, choicest stories, and this story, her story itself is one of the big choices. We will come there. Another small, for Baba, small miracle. Changa and I had not registered Jai Sai. Changa is her husband, and Jai Sai is the most brilliant Baba devotee who is in the senior school. He's a senior. He's about to go to college, I think. Or is he in the college? Okay. So Jai Sai, they had not registered Jai for, Jai. So he's going to be a senior, junior. So they have not registered him for AP exams this year, thinking he would do it himself. But he did not, he could not for the AP exams. 5 or 6 subjects he's doing. We panicked. She says, mother says, we panicked when we realized nobody had registered him and the deadline had passed. He looked at the college board and lo and behold, I already told you for several years they are good devotees. Lo and behold, somehow someone had registered Jai Sai for all the 5 courses. Every course at $100, right? $100, right? Recent $100. Your economics major did $100, right? He's not here. I take it for granted. As long as uncle is living, after that perhaps he will come. There'll still be use, Somebody had registered him for $500 they paid. Kishore, did you pay $500 for this known family? No. Come in, Shankar Maharaj ki jai. So, $500 were paid, and for the 5 or 6 AP classes this year, $500. In the text she is writing. We did not register Jai, and somehow someone has paid $500 to register him. I asked Jay again today, October 18th, Wednesday, day before yesterday. I again asked him to verify that he is registered. He said, yes, now I am verifying. Now I am verifying, I have been registered. I can take the exam. The last line in the text is, it is Shirdi Baba's enormous grace. Because when he was born as a child, Baba came down from the picture. The picture was in their home, right there, above the TV. If my memory serves me right there above, similar room, similar hall, similar home. He used to come down and play. How do you know? The mother used to go there and come, khane ke liye aa jao. Come and eat. He will say, don't you see I am playing with Shirdi Baba? She couldn't see. He was playing with Shirdi Baba. He was a child, maybe 2 years at the time. So, how come you have in DFW one devotee? There are several devotees who have experienced this. But then there are several more devotees who haven't seen Shirdi Baba live. And then the Udi miracle. In the Udi miracle, the same mother says, yesterday we received from Shirdi a Udi packet on the mail, very surprisingly. We didn't register for the Udi packet. You have to register, give your name. I also used to get, some devotee went and just came back, forgot uncle's name, but uncle got Udi packet from Ahmednagar, Shirdi, Rahata Taluka. Am I right, the address? It came. Several years ago we received. So she also received some packet, and then when she received the packet, that night, she had severe stomach pain. They tried different desi medicines, allopathic medicines, and homeopathy, and so many things, Ayurvedic. Nothing helped, nothing worked. They had Udi also at the home, in their home, but at that night both of them forgot, she and her husband. Then Shanga remembered the Udi packet that was given, that arrived in the mail that day. And suddenly Baba also told them, you have uncle's Udi, that is my Udi. Both Udis are there. So he took both the Udis, the male Udi and uncle's Udi, he mixed them and then mixed it with warm water and gave it to his wife to drink. She drank. Again, lo and behold, 30 minutes, the stomach pain, the tummy ache was gone. She started sleeping. The ache never came back. Of course, this email is dated 2020, okay, March 2020. So here, Baba has the answer. Baba's Hudi has the answer here. And then she had a blimp in her hand. I have shown the picture to you all earlier. And then small blimp. And Baba's Hudi she applied. Now that she is very intelligent, Baba's Hudi will cure anything. And Mama has given her sufficient Hudi. And the hand cured all right. Within an hour, it was gone. A big bump. How come some people are saying, gungunate hain, see, some people you are helping, uncle, but all of us you are not helping. Who said all of us you are not helping? In Bangalore, we met a very interesting devotee. Her name is Nalini. Nalini, right from the time she was born, she is a very great devotee of Shirdi Sai. Baba appears in her dream several times like the real Baba, and then she talks with the Baba. She was pregnant, and January 2002 she delivered the baby. January 2002 story. Okay, I'm slowly going back. I'll go to 1918 and before in the next story. The doctors found that she delivered. The doctors found the baby's one leg, tendermost tender leg, completely rolled up. When it was rolled up, it was so tender, the doctor said, I can't help because it is so tender, I cannot pull it. If I pull it, the leg will come separately out. It will, disintegrate from the body, baby's body. The baby was very healthy. So she didn't know what to do. She didn't know the answer. But then she knew something. She didn't know the answer, but then she knew Shirdi Baba is the answer. In her life, she talks in her dream. So it's her first child. She knew what I told you. She closed her eyes and brought Shirdi Baba on her mental screen and said, Baba, where are you? Come and help me. You always come in the dream. You come now in person and help me, help my baby. Otherwise, how can I raise this baby? Because the doctors cannot help. She closed her eyes. When she opened, what happened? An old man walked inside all of a sudden into the hospital ward. He didn't need any permission. He just materialized there. And he touched the baby's leg. It straightened and then he vanished before she could say, Nalini could say, thank you, Bahut Shukriya. Didn't wait for the thanks. He doesn't wait for your thanks. If you are a good devotee, he doesn't wait for anything from you. He just leaves. He just disappears. The devotee mother saw this. This is the same. This Srimati Nalini has gone through several miracles. When she met with me last year in Bangalore, she was, you look at her face, you know that she is a great devotee of Shirdi Baba. The moment my wife saw, looks like a very divine, angelic person. And she silently came. She hadn't seen my house where I did the puja. She hadn't seen in a long time, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. She didn't bother with anybody, very Sai uncle. She came straight and started massaging my leg. You remember? We went upstairs, Meenakshi room, in their big bungalow. At a Meenakshi room, I was sitting there receiving. She came and massaged my feet and then said, what kind of miracle I did in your life to deserve this massaging? Then she told me, oh, you have done a lot of miracles. And then she said several stories. I could remember of the 10-15 stories in that 1 hour. I could remember this story. She used to get migraine headache. And the migraine headache came, son was already 16 years old. She was very fond of her son, and Shashank is the name. She used to get migraine, and then she never used to get a lot of care, give a lot of care for Shashank. Once the pain was unbearable, she called her loudly. She shouted, Shirdi Baba, where are you? Just like you remember 2002, and this is 6 plus 16, 2018. At that very moment, before she could say a shout, a very unseen hand was on her head pressing. Unless you are very devoted to Shirdi Sai, unless you remember Sri Charana and Sumati Maharani or the Siddha Mangala Sostram, am I right? That's a Sostram. Unless you read it every day. If you read it every day, Sri Charana will walk in your home unseen. Such a Daiva Shankalpam, it's called Daiva Chaitanyam in that particular book. It's called Daiva Shankalpam. If you enjoy, you can see these invisible persons with your naked eyes, with your eyes. It is possible. My home it happens. I'm sitting there looking at the TV, thinking about this satsang. What shall I talk? There are so many topics. What shall I talk? He told me immediately, Shirdi Sai in every breath. So I took it. And then I am thinking there is a loud noise in the kitchen range, cooking range. A lid is being opened. I asked, Kanaka, where are you, my wife? She said, I am not in the kitchen. She also heard, you also heard. It's a very loud noise. And then the lid is coming off. There is this vessel, right? This, what do you call that? Huh? Ladle, yeah, ladle. He is taking. It could be Sri Charana, it could be Shirdi Baba, it could be Narasimha Saraswati, because I have received his blessings in Kashi, Narasimha Saraswati once. I know how he looks. He looks exactly like the cover of Guru Charitra, who is none other than Babanarya. Correct me if I am wrong, okay? Experts of Sri Charana are sitting here. My knowledge is very shallow. So, he took a lot of food and ate, and then again we were waiting. I didn't turn around to see, because I can see him in every direction. She came after about 5 minutes. No, I didn't open. So, after about 5 minutes, the lid was kept back with the ladle, and then he left. So such things, the hand coming and clearing, unseen hand coming and pressing and patting on the head, the migraine was gone. She told me in 5 minutes the migraine was gone. She didn't see him this time. Earlier she has seen in the hospital. But very few people see him as Dwarakamayi Baba. But people will see. Some people have seen, they are not living today, they are all gone. Right, Vijay? Some people have seen. A lot of people want to see. waiting with a big laundry list in their hand, in their mind. When Baba comes in front of you, Baba is very, very, Baba is very, sometimes he will be very cunning, he will be playing around with your memory and your current knowledge of. So when he comes before you, the laundry list you will be having, literally a roll, gaib ho jayega, meaning it will be missing. Or he will still be holding, he will tauntingly tell you, come on, read from the laundry list. You will say, I don't remember, I didn't write anything. So he will, he's a divine chore. He's a divine thief. He's got to be, because a lot of people have several laundry lists. The other day I entered, one fellow brought one, a female brought one notebook. For the satsang, you are bringing the notebook. What is this? Mama, this is a book of laundry lists. I've been writing from my age of 25, ever since I got married. Before that, before marriage, there is no laundry list. I was a very happy person. Okay. So where is your husband? He had a book, 3 books of laundry lists. This is true. They all brought it to me, and then I just took one laundry list, the one list, I solved it. It's a very genuine request. I solved it then and there. Nalini is serving lots of causes for all the Gaushala, for all the cows in India, in Shirdi, Bangalore, and in between. She is helping somebody in Shirdi maintain the Gaushala, bring all the cows and protect them from the butcher shops, of which in India there are plenty, right? Cows cannot be killed. Such being the case, one MD in Houston, he called me about 3 weeks, 1 month ago. He said, Mama, my job is, until now it was very steady, very nice, but then not anymore, Mama. What's going wrong? Everything is right in your life. Is your wife not a great devotee? Are you not a good devotee? Wife is really a great devotee. I asked him. I don't have any qualms in telling these things, because when you talk absolute truth, like the absolute zero, right? Thermodynamics, you are not worried about anything. I have told absolute truths to several people. Even in the stories, I give absolute truths. True stories, sometimes true names. So this MD, he told me, Mama, recently my management is losing the profit and loss account. It's all going, the profit is very, very low, and I don't know when it will become minus or within bracket, that means loss. And the profit and loss account, it is very scary, and therefore they have decided they can take only one decision. Get rid of positions, and in that case, get rid of physicians. They sound alike. Get rid of most of the physicians or transfer them to some other company. So they told in the meeting, hey, you start looking, it's time you looked for other jobs. So he called me because he knows me very well. He's very close to me, and therefore we all like that family, our husband and wife. He was not very happy in the situation. He told me he wished to continue in the present hospital in the particular group he wanted. Mama, the decision has not been taken. I said, have you forgotten your days in Tennessee? You came from Tennessee looking for the exam to get a Texas license. He's a doctor, right? You have to get a Texas license, and therefore you have to see. He's working in a particular hospital at the time, surrounded by several Mayas working. Walking Maya, sleeping Maya, working Maya, doing Maya. So many Mayas working on him. He's an MD. One Maya also was the boss, big MD. So he said, you brought me, and then you gave me the Texas license, not driver's license. So to practice medicine, she got it, and then in time, and then two postponements till April. He said to me, till April 1st, I got to work April 1st, oh, come on, April 2nd. And Baba gave time until April 2nd. And Maya came. The Maya was no longer troubling. Maya came and extended, and it continued in the hospital. That is what I used to call in my book and in my writings and speeches, coffee machine miracle. That doesn't happen near coffee machine in his hospital. He remembers, he probably is watching this satsang. Therefore, if you have faith, Shirdi Baba, like I said, his wife has got a great faith. When she is walking in her, wonderful behemoth of a home, there are mountains behind, there's a trail. When they go in the trail, she can see Anjaneyar, Shirdi Baba, Sumati Maharani, Sri Charana, so many people in the cloud. The cloud forms for her in Houston. Other people see? I don't think so, because this doctor, the husband, himself doesn't see. They walk together. So, miracles are done by the good lords, the Sadgurus, for people who are truly dedicated, absolutely truly dedicated to them, who remember them day in and day out. When they are householders, when they are doing MD's job, when they are doing a director's job. He's a very senior executive, much more than a director, but while working and all that, they both have Sai in their mind. So any problem that comes, it goes away like mist before morning sun. It goes away. There are 4 or 5 examples in his life, right? Baba works wonders in his physical body, inside the body. He can correct, he can turn the table against hemoglobin. He can increase the hemoglobin, he can reduce the hemoglobin. If hemoglobin becomes 18, no, it is not 18. No correct numbers here. When it increases, Baba can reduce. When it is going to 8.2, one night, one prayer, one Mama's Satsang, you come and attend, do the Puja, he will reduce it. Even while watching the Suda, you are just taking Arati, and then hemoglobin goes up to 12.5, and then it's not enough, you will increase it to 15.5. Baba can do this even in the case of creatinine. Only thing is, people who are suffering from 8.5 or 7.4 or 13.3, they are losing their faith in this greatest power I have seen. Why do they lose power? Why do they lose faith? They get all the negative stories spreading around, right? Baba cannot do anything. Lo and behold, Baba is not even live. Uncle is saying Baba is live. To the person who is saying this, Baba will come. Like a big pichi. In Telugu, pichi means mad person. Once you told me long ago, 10 years. Pichi. Like a pichi will come. Pichi to the power of 2. He'll come and say, what did you say? He may do that. To the good person, he comes as an angel. He comes as Narayana. He comes as Shiva. When I say that, 4 days ago now, he called me and said, Mama, I told you, and they retained me in the very group. There is some surgery group and other groups. Mama, I want this particular group. He was retained in that particular group in the very hospital. He might also be promoted after Thanksgiving. How does it happen? I told him, your devotion in Shirdi Sai or any Sadguru should increase, improve. If it improves, you will get a promotion. Okay? You may get a chief medical officer and chief director of operations, chief anesthetist, whatever it is in your area, in your branch. Those things have also happened. So don't you think the love for Shirdi Sai is being rewarded? That is the story in Houston. But then, Shirdi Baba in every birth, I have been talking about Dikshit, I have been talking about Bavarke, the boy, right? I have been talking about Nana Chandorkar. I have been talking about the horseman. Baba came as a horseman. I have been talking about the Amway business of a particular couple. I have been talking about TCS. I have also been talking to the TCS senior director about my own interview in Mumbai. To work in TCS, the executive asked me, do you know chaos theory? What kind of chaos you want? The chaos in TCS or... Because I didn't want that job. He offered me the job. Only thing is, it was, in spite of all this, I explained the chaos theory. He said, I'll call my director to interview you because you don't know this chaos theory, right? You are just asking. Please don't work for TCS. I told him. He said, no, please tell my director, and I won't tell these negative things, but you are unfit for interviewing me. He offered me 23,000 rupees, 1996. So, if you think of Shirdi Sai every moment, you don't have any qualms. That's what I'm trying to say. You become an absolutely fearless person. None of the circumstances, negative circumstances, will influence you. Now, Devam is thinking, yeah, Mama, I told you about the girl I fell in love with. I'm talking about Mr. God. Mr. God, I'm not talking about the cigar, Hollywood, Mr. Bob Hope. I'm talking about the Devam. I'm talking about a God who is right here listening to me. There is no necessity for God to listen to me. But then he is here. His email spoke about, the person he wanted to marry. He saw 2-3 persons. One person came up and said, she'll be a good wife. He married. He's very obedient. He understands Shirdi Sai because in every birth he married that person. Is he not very happy? He comes to every satsang with Mrs. God. Why? Because they all understand the value of this God. They all understand. Uncle talks about true characters. Uncle talks about from the Purana, Shiva Purana. You need not, because you only wrote it. You only wrote it. Our other Shiva's family is not here. Can you materialize them? Because I treat him like God Shiva. Because any computer problem and all that over the phone he can solve it. But I take his name and the computers behave. There are one more name in South Haven, 2 names. Yesterday was a very nice example. I called and he just came and solved it. But before that, my daughter said, this problem, I have solved it 3 times to you. Why do you call Shiva uncle? Uh-oh. I thought you were a neuroscience student. When did you learn computer science? Tamanna is very close to me. I learned from her. Okay. Once upon a time, bhakti to different gods. Shirdi Baba. Once upon a time near Madurai, in a very nice city. Okay. Nandigrama is the name. There was a Madurai district in India, okay? Those who were born here, it's in South India. There lived a very beautiful woman called Mahananda. Mahananda was very beautiful, extremely beautiful. This is 1,000, 2,000 years ago. There is a culture in India which you will find in Rajaraja Cholan's story and or any other Maha Kings of Vijayanagar story. All those emperors had courtesans, dancers they were called. Rajaraja Cholan gave enormous significance to those dancing group. He had built separate apartments for them behind the palace. This is true because there are proof. All the stone etchings proof. If you read Rajaraja Cholan, you will find these courtesans were very much respected by Sri Rajaraja Cholan and his 3 wives. And this Mahananda was a great devotee of Shiva. One of the greatest devotees of Shiva. This Mahananda story has appeared with masquerading, or as someone else it has appeared in Guru Charitra. You might have seen, she said, she knows the end. The one who had a monkey and a rooster. Let me go back 2 sentences. She was adept in the arts, in several arts, and including dancing, especially the art of love. She was adept. She was very skilled. People used to call, okay, she is a prostitute, and I don't want to use that in public satsang. She was doing a job which courtesans used to do for thousands of years in the Indian setting, culture. But then she was very well respected. In the daytime, her dresses used to be white. She used to wear vibhuti, udi, and then she used to have rudrakshamala and dance. She had a big stage. She used to dance. She had 2 pets. Those pets, one is a monkey, another is a cock, a rooster, right? A rooster and a monkey. And then she always, when she dances, she used to sing for the Lord, and then out of the heart, she used to, dance completely lost, and then thinking only about Shiva's lotus feet. And she used to put rudrakshamala on the monkey and the rooster, and when she is singing and dancing, they both used to dance. Not sing, but dance beautifully, just like Mahananda. She used to do that, and then Lord Shiva was very intrigued. Like TCS executives, sometimes they go crazy. All the way he goes and addresses 800 people in Bangalore and Mumbai. and he controls perfect control of 800 people. He comes back. He's very well known in India. But then some bosses talk crazy, and he just listens, and then so Shiva, here, Lord Shiva, gets very quizzical. She always, she has got a vocation which is not very good. It was not given by Shiva. It is a cultural, dynasty through which she came, and therefore she is doing that particular job. She does it very sincerely. But then more sincerely, she dances at the feet of Lord Shiva. And therefore, Lord Shiva thought, we should go and test her. We should go and test her piety, test her courage, and test her integrity of the profession. Courage, piety, and then dedication to me. So Lord Shiva thought, okay, we will go and test. So, she is dancing one day during the daytime. He goes dressed like a merchant. The merchant's name is Vaishyanada. Vaishyanada, he goes. And then he's got lots of udi, and then Rudrakshamala. And then he goes there, and wearing all these things, she looks at this person. Who? Mahananda. Mahananda looks at, and then she's very attracted, not because he's a very strong young man, his facial expressions are extremely divine, very beautiful, very charming. She does not fall in love with him for those things. As the Rudrakshamala and the Udi, not for them even. She looks at a beautiful bangle he is wearing with all the diamond-studded bangle on the right hand, and then she keeps on looking at it. And then her eyes are diverted to the linga that he is wearing. Very beautiful diamond-studded linga. He is wearing on his chest, and she is looking at the bangle particularly. And Lord Shiva's work, right? Even today he is playing around with a lot of people. This Shiva plays around computers, very skillful. Maybe someday he will start testing people. He is also a great devotee of Shirdi Sai. And therefore, she says, what a beautiful bangle you have. Okay? So eyeing it greedily. The merchant guessed her desire to possess that. And therefore, he is saying, you can have it if you want. But then remember, you can have it if you want, Lord Shiva. What's the name I said? He comes as Vaishyanada. He says, yeah, you can have it. But then this is a very expensive jewel, extremely expensive, the kind of which you cannot see on this planet. And therefore, it's also very pricey. So what price do you think you can offer? What price can you offer? Okay? What price? Exact question he is asking. And therefore she answers, I come from a family of very poor courtesans. Oh, sorry, can you hear me? I come from a family of very poor people. I am in the lowest middle class. Because of my profession, I am very popular. She is also very charming, most beautiful, I told you, right? And therefore, he says, I cannot give anything, but I can pay for it with a coin of love. She says. In the original story, it says the same thing. Coin of love I can give. And the merchant says very nonchalantly, he says, very well, how much do you think this is worth? Lord Shiva knows he is looking at the bangle, but then very soon he knows that he has to part with the linga also. Linga is almost like Atmalinga. Ravana got it right, but then he couldn't take it to Sri Lanka. You know the story, that's a different story. Therefore, he says, if you give it to me, how much do you think this is worth? Okay? The merchant, she answers, if you give it to me, some of you know the answer. If you give it to me, oh my dear merchant, I will be your wife for 3 days and 3 nights. For 3 days and 3 nights, I will be your, even more than a legally wedded wife, but only for 3 days and 3 nights. The merchant readily agreed. After all, she was testing, and therefore the test halfway through. The merchant very happily agreed and asked her to repeat the oath 3 times. I'm so sorry, in India, this is Lord Shiva saying. Otherwise, 3 times I would have just struck and then say repeat it once. Lord says repeat it 3 times. This is from Shiva Purana, so I cannot change it. Okay? Repeated 3 times, witnesses the sun and the moon, sun god and the moon god as witnesses. She repeated 3 times. The sun god and the moon god came. She didn't question how come they came. Lord Shiva, he can do, the only God who can do anything he wants. He is doing something here, right, to change her and testing her devotion to Lord Shiva. And therefore, 3 times, and then the bangle exchanges hands. She is simply swooning while looking at the bangle. It is so dynamic, so colorful, and he also takes, because she didn't ask for it, he also takes a linga and tells, on your dancing stage, please keep it somewhere and keep it very safely, okay, for 3 days and 3 nights, and please give it to me when I am leaving. After that, you are no longer my wife. So she is keeping it on the stage in a repository, guarded very well by the monkey and the rooster. They both are very close to that depository where this expensive linga is there. And then she becomes his wife, and then the first night goes very well. The Purana says first night goes very well. And then the second day, second night dawns. Suddenly, at about night 12 o'clock, there is a sudden raging fire in the mandap. There is a raging fire that is, swaying all through the mandap, and they are in the bed, obviously, night 12 o'clock, and therefore suddenly she is crying, and then the rooster and the monkey, they both have Rudrakshamala, and then they are also crying, and then Lord Shiva sees that they also die. Normally if it's Rudrakshamala, you cannot. But then even if you die, you reach, where, okay, heavens with Lord Shiva. And he wakes up, and then he tries to wake up. The merchant wakes up, and he's bereft and bewailing, mourning with the loss of the linga. Linga is gone. And therefore he is saying, what is the use of being here? What is the use of having you? The big fire, you never warned me. There's a big fire, and therefore I don't want to live. Make me a pyre, not fire. Make me a pyre of fire. And then I want to jump into that and then die, because I cannot live without that linga. I can live without you, Mahananda. And therefore, pyre is built, and then he is about to jump in, and then at that time, Mahananda thinks, she's a very educated, very, willfully or, willingly or unwillingly, she's doing what she's doing. But then she thinks, how can I see this? How can I allow this crime to take place? He's a very charming young man. He gave me his bangle, albeit for 3 days. And I cannot allow him to this thing, but relatives, I want to die with him as a sincere, devout wife. That's called a Sahagamna. And therefore, which is no longer there, for several centuries. It's not there in India. But it used to be 1,000 years ago, 2,000, 10,000 years ago. She wanted to do the Sahagamna, but then relatives say, you should not die along with. But then she says, I have not fulfilled my vow. 3 days and 3 nights I'll be your wife. It's only second day, so this is wrong on my part. My vow, I cannot eat my vow. And this man, I am his wife, and therefore as a devout wife, I want to join. And therefore she readies herself to jump. She's taking a step back to jump into the funeral pyre of, what's his name? Vaishnava. And he's a very charming young man, because he is Lord Shiva. And therefore, when she is about to jump, 2 hands come and pull her back. Lord Shiva appears in all the glory as Lord Shiva and say, I am the one who came, I am the one who gave you the bangle, I am the one who came as the merchant. And just to test your this thing, you admirably, you won the test. And therefore, okay, what boon you want? You can ask any boon. Lord Shiva, our Purana says, is very easy to satisfy. It is not that easy. She had to get into fire, and then Lord Shiva got into fire. It is not that easy. So some people say it is very easy to, do some abhishekam in Irving temple or, Independence temple, and Lord Shiva will appear before you. You won't even get Shiva before you, because he is also a very fastidious TCS executive. He won't appear before you. Then he will have his own demands, okay? Not the kind of demands here. At the time, she says, I just need all your life, all my life I have prayed to you. I just need to be thinking of your lotus feet. I need to dance for you all my life, and therefore I don't need anything. He hands over the linga, he hands over the bangle, and then say, I just want only this boon. I should think of you, dance for you, think of only you. And then all my relatives, my mates, my servants, everybody is your devotee, and therefore all of us should come to Kailas with you. This is the only demand I have. This is the only boon will you give. In another Purana, Shiva Purana story, in Tamil, because it's Shiva Puranam was also written in Tamil and then translated into English, beautiful English. It says, Piravada manam vendum, that lady is, Pirandal unnai maravada gunam vendum. I should not be, translation, I should not be born in this world. If I am born, I should be your devotee. If I am your devotee, I should never forget you. In every birth, you can give me several births, but in every birth, I should think of your feet. Shiva. Our Shiva knows Tamil. Look, he's a polyglot, so many languages. That's also a divine thing. Sometimes I doubt, I ask Shanti, is he real Shiva, Lord Shiva? Or all computer problems he just solves. One day I had a big problem and then he called somebody some 250 miles away. My car was impounded, my car was in my driveway. I told several times and then they didn't believe. Shiva came and called that lady. And then one word before we uttered one word, they said, no, this is the wrong car while typing, the VIN number was Sekini. Really happened. I tell all the real stories. And then they told him, we are very sorry. And the VIN number was wrongly written. The last four belonged to my Camry. My Camry was pounded. It was still in my driveway. Hey, what other miracle can happen in your life involving your Cadillac, okay, Lincoln Town Car, Lexus, right? Very happy. This Shiva Purana story is real, except the names. It really happened. In all our Upanishads, things that have happened are written. My rishis knew that and therefore they wrote those. Lord Shiva was also testing Arjuna. That's a fantastic story, but I am not going there. Coming back to all of us, all of you, Sai devotees, Shirdi Baba devotees. You are no different from Shiva devotees. All that Shiva devotees are doing, our big uncle can do the same way. There is also a folklore in Maharashtra that is none other than Lord Shiva. Anything? You need something? He is himself Lord Shiva. That aside, there were very great devotees. One of the great devotees is Mr. Lakshman Govind Munge. Lakshman Govind Munge, over 40 years he knew Shirdi Baba. He had relatives in Shirdi like Vaman Rao and Sakaram. Remember the Teliwala, oil monger, oil seller? They were all devotees, they are all relatives of Mr. Munge, LG Munge. Once, a Mamlatdar named Chidambar Keshav Gadgil, we will call him Gadgil. Chidambar Gadgil went to Shirdi along with Nana Sahib Nimonkar. Nimonkar is a very great devotee, you all know him. So this Mamlatdar went with Nimonkar and Munge also accompanied. He says, I also accompanied. They took darshan of Shirdi Baba, right? And then when they took the darshan, he followed and then Munge followed and he was wondering in his mind, how come all these people are bowing at his feet? How come everybody is touching, he is blessing everybody? He doesn't look like, he doesn't deserve all these things. So Munge was thinking like that, the first visit. And then when he was thinking like that, Shirdi Baba was telling Mr. Gadgil, the Mamlatdar is a famous thing because most great devotees, Das Ganu, and then other persons, right? Dev. All are Mamlatdars. They want to become sub-inspectors, but then Baba's pull, right? Sometimes Baba's pull, they don't get promotion. And you know how many, three times he called Das Ganu. All the 3 times he didn't resign. Baba made him resign, right? He was about to be arrested, Baba made him resign. That is that story. Coming back to Munge, I was wondering, and at that time Shirdi Baba was asking, when all these things were doing aggression in Munge's mind, Baba was telling Mr. Gadgil, the Mamlatdar, exact words in Marathi and Hindi. In English, give me my karka, my udubati and my 1 rupee. Karka is dates, the Middle Eastern dates, okay? Give me my karka. Give me my udubati, okay? In all the books they write udbati, okay? Udubati means the udubati, all this which burns in front of you right now. Udubati and my 1 rupee. And at once, Munge's attention got arrested. Wow! The reason being, the previous night when they were about to retire, all the three, who were Gadgil, Mamlatdar, Nana Sahib Namonkar, and Munge, they were in a room. They were in the room where they were staying. And then in that room, before they retired for the bed, they were talking. Mr. Mamlatdar, what's his name? Gadgil. He was saying, he was taking out some dates. This karka, and then he took out Udbati, and that's how it is written, Udubati, and then this 1 rupee you took. All these things belong to the Saint Shirdi Baba. I am going to give him tomorrow. After that conversation, they went to sleep. Next day morning, they come here, after all the morning ablutions, and no one told Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba saying, give me my 1 rupee, my Udubati, my dates. This is done only by Shirdi Baba. Of course, Sri Charana, our Narasimha Saraswati, they are all doing the same thing. No doubt about it. When he said that, our Munge, Lakshman Govind Munge, was startled. Shirdi Baba deserves to be worshipped. We need to, reserve a nice place in our mind. We have to pray to him, pray to his picture every day. Because this is a proof of his power. Just the first visit, one sentence from Shirdi Baba attracted Munge forever, all his life. 1 or 2 instances, with your permission, I'll go and tell you. He visited Baba in 1890 and Munge was just 26 years old. He visited Shirdi Baba. At the time, he had to go to Rahata. He went to Rahata in order to get help from his mother's aunt's husband because his marriage was fixed. Munge was 26, he was about to be married, and therefore the incoming bride needed to be decked with jewels, right? Nose, in those days they call it nose screw, which is nothing but nose ring and other things during wedding. The pure Marathi tradition and the olden India tradition. Therefore, he didn't have any jewels. He went there to get help from the husband of maternal aunt. His marriage is settled, and then he thought my uncle would help me, and so he went to Rahata. Finding Baba in those days, year is 1890. Where was Baba in 1890? He was in Rahata, Anjaneya temple, Maruti temple. That's how he started. In Maruti temple, he is wearing a small bark of a tree dress. And he had a tumural, a glass, a tin glass. That's all his possession. So he goes there, and then he looks at it, and then he gets a very negative feeling. But then when he approaches there, who is this person in Maruti temple? I have never seen, my aunt never told me. And then when he goes there, Baba just looks at him in very sweet words. He says, come child, Pora, idhar aao. Pora means boy, child. Come child, I was thinking of you yesterday. And Baba asked me to shampoo his leg. After shampooing the leg, he thanked me, and then he took up a very nice mango and gave it to me. Eat this mango. That mango happened to be extremely sweet, like the nectarine orange. In Kroger, they are selling a very sweet orange. I saw that only about a month ago. The store fellows came and said, oh, this is coming from Mexico. Oh, is it a crossbreed from Mexico? We are here for 15 years. We never saw that. And therefore, like that, there's a name for that. Clementine orange. Some of you would have bought it. It's very sweet. Like that, a mango is given and he eats it. And he is wondering, how come this is so sweet? He must be having some power. And then Baba asked these questions. What for have you come here? Hey, there's got to be some reason. I'm nobody here. I'm just sitting here. I don't have anything, no worldly persons. What's the reason you are here? He says, my marriage is settled. I have no jewels. I came here to borrow jewels from my aunt's husband. He says that. And Baba says, exactly who is whose? Who gives, who is whose? Who gives, who takes? If you really want, okay, none will give you timely help. If you really require 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees worth of ornaments, jewels, come and receive it from me. Nobody is going to give you timely help. That is one of the big sentences he said. Nobody in the world will understand you. 26, you are getting married, eager to get married. Nobody will help you. I will help you worth 1,000 or 2,000 rupees worth of ornaments. He was looking at Baba, Munge, LG Munge. He couldn't believe. This is a very, very poor mendicant. We don't even know where from he gets his food. Maybe Anjaneya will feed him, we don't know. And then no one knows about this jewel of a person who is sitting here. And let me see, a lot of doubt. And then he goes to the husband or maternal aunt, and then he says, I don't have any jewels to give you. So his cheer goes down, he's very looking down, and then he goes out of the home. At the time he remembers the Maruti temple mendicant. He said, he's going to give me 2,000 rupees worth of ornaments. I got to believe, because I came to Rahata for my aunt, husband, they say no jewels, no money also, no jewel also. Suddenly he is thinking, one of his old friends, he appears on the scene, he comes towards LG Munge and says, he tells him, this is my problem, you are come here. How can you help me? LG Munge's friend says, I'll give you some jewels I have. He gives some jewels and then says, I have a Gujarati Saukar. He is the money lender, right, at usurious interest rates. And therefore, I'll take you to him. And then when he takes the Saukar says, I have 20 tolas of gold. All the 20 tolas I'll make into ornaments and give it to you for your wedding. Lo and behold, he got married on the same next month. There was no postponement. And he thinks of Shirdi Baba. Munge's first visit, and he is already thinking of Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba may not be in every breath. But then this Munge for the next 25, 30 years had a lovely life, except one case. He lived for several years, but then no children, right? When they get married, there is no children, therefore he is very, 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 very worried. After the above event, he is every year he used to visit Shirdi, visit Baba. For some years he was getting some children, but they all died as soon as they were born. 1 year, 6 months, 3 months. So he is the most worried person in the world in Shirdi, and therefore in 1912 he goes there. Earlier he is 1890. Now 1912 he goes there and cries in front of Baba. He says, Baba, give me one son. Blessed by you, blessed by your grace, give me one son and I'll be very happy. You gave me so much before. You conducted my marriage, you gave me jewels, you gave me money, and therefore this request. Baba says, why ask for one? I'll give you 2. And Baba says, he got a twin the next year. In fact, he had 2 daughters and 2 sons. Munge had 2 daughters and 2 sons, because his interview says it very clearly. And he worships Shirdi Baba's picture at home, and he prays to Shirdi Baba every day. This is the time when he really Baba becomes in his every breath. This is one of the outstanding devotees you won't find in Satcharita. Only when you read all the interviews done, all the current people living, 4th generation, if you come to know through somebody, if you talk to them about the current generation, if they tell you, and if they tell you the correct information, there is no one to verify except Shirdi Baba himself. I often go to him and ask, is the story correct? He will say with 1 correction, with 2 corrections, the name is wrong. He didn't have 5 children, he had only 4 children. Because there is a reference to him, I had 4 or 5 children. Baba said to me, what do you mean by 4 or 5 children? So I turned to Baba, he said he had only 4. 2 girls and 2 boys. He gave them ages also, exact ages in 1912 and Baad mein. Several beautiful miracles he started experiencing in life. What time is it? 7:43. Can we stop here? Some more? Some more. I thought you were saying we can stop. Okay. We can continue. Okay. DV Sambare belongs to this class. Baba was smoking his chillam and passed it around to all the people as he does, 4, 5 Bade Baba and others. And when he was doing, he feels a desire. He is sitting on the 3 steps to the Dwarakamayi, current 3 steps, in the 3rd step low, because top-notch devotees are next to him. Am I right? Very big devotee, you know all their names. When they are sitting there, somebody is feeling, I would like to have a puff, because everybody is seeing, he is giving it to Bade Baba, he is giving it to one more person, but not me. Baba immediately calls, you know what Baba does, right? Baba immediately says, Are pora, boy, Marathi. Are, oh boy, you come here. Why keep yourself at a big distance? Come closer. Here is the chillam. Baba is very business-like. Here is the chillam. The hands over the chillam. He takes a puff. He likes the chillam and he doesn't want to hand it over. He says, oh boy. No, it's a real oh boy. Arey boy, chillam ko wapas de do. Give me the chillam back. He said, it's very nice. No, he didn't say that. Well, Sambare is very, very lucky. Those who take his real chillam, they are very lucky people. And therefore, few puffs, other people take. But what makes him very good is, I'm very glad he read my mind. This edification of me, I'm an ordinary man, D.V. Sambare. Ordinary man, he recognized me, he read my thoughts, and then he also gave me the chillam. So he started thinking, this must be a big God, bigger than God. He had a very big respect for this saint. Okay. But then he thought, besides this smoking, he had a very bad habit, that of drinking. If I cough a lot, I'll stop with this one incident in somebody's life. He had a very bad mannerism. He was drinking every day. And on the 1st February 1917, Baba appeared in his dream and sat on his chest and said, Are pora, kya kiya? Kai kiya in Maharashtra. Kai, pora, kai karte. Kya kar rahe ho in Hindi? What are you doing? Oh boy, okay. I promised to abstain from the drink from the very next day. Sambare said, I won't drink because Baba appeared in the dream. He is already developing. And this came in the very next day. And then his manager had a party because he is sending his children away for education to Mumbai. So when he was sending all the children, there was a big party and there was a solicitor, and therefore he also went to the party. The manager gave him a peg of whiskey and soda to go with, and then said, come on, you drink. Sambare, you drink. Because he was a clerk and he is the boss, chief manager, and therefore he couldn't say no. And this is a big test. This happened on 15th February 1917, 14 days later. So, what happens? He told the manager, very afraid, I may lose my job. He tells that my doctor has asked me to abstain from the whiskey and the soda, I cannot drink. But then he is not listening. The manager said, hey, I am your manager, you better drink. Okay, you remember, you have my job at my pleasure. You have your job at my pleasure, and therefore, so it was very threatening. He was just looking at him that he is not going to listen. At that very time, he thinks of Shirdi Sai, and then electric lights go off. When the electric lights goes off, the manager runs off. What is this ugly incident is happening, and therefore he goes to the front of the home to look at the terminals and all that. At that time, there is no electricity, and the munshif standing next to Sambare, he takes the glass and drinks, thinking it is his glass. Real incident. And then when completely entire whiskey is gone, and at that time lights come off, the manager comes looking at Sambare and the empty glass. He is very happy. Oh, you complied with my request. And then he is just looking at the manager. So, naukri to hai na? Naukri means job. My job is still there, right? He is thinking. And then he thinks of Shirdi Baba and then says, oh my Deva, this is really. So that is the point in everybody's life. A point comes in everybody's life when you start breathing Shirdi Sai. This is the last story. You can get ready for the puja. The point will come in all your lives because you are attending this puja and this satsang. A point will come to some of you. It will come tonight. I guarantee you. Some of you will call me, send an email, uncle, it really happened. Because that's what they say when they bring a crisis, and then I just, blah, blah, something, some answer, and that happens, and they say, Mama, you are Shirdi Sai. No, have Shirdi Baba's name in every breath. Okay, and allow me to have my breath. Okay, don't give me credit. Give credit always to this big uncle. Always to this uncle. Always to Sri Charana. Always to Sumati Maharani. Always to that Ganagapur God. What's his name? Narasimha Saraswati. Yeah, God gave Maharaj. If you are reading God gave Maharaj, that's fine. If you are reading some other big man, there used to be somebody who used to be called Appa in Tamil Nadu. Or if you are worshipping Sivanation Swami, about whom I spoke 3 months ago. He was a great man. Or if you are worshipping like Shankarji is here. He is worshipping Sai Baba, the Guru, right? That's fine. So whoever you are after, you can think of him, and a point will come until which you won't think. If some such thing happens, right? The whiskey bottle is clear. Baba never asked the manager to give one more. Oh, you love whiskey so much, here is one more glass. That didn't happen. And therefore, I am asking you to have his name in your lips, in your breath. Have Shirdi Sai's name, or Sri Charana's name, or Narasimha Saraswati's name in your breath, every breath, and then follow through your life's activity. You will lead a very good life. And therefore, now we will go to the puja. Om Shri Sai, Om Shri Sai, Om Shri Sai, Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Lakshmi Narayana Namaha. Om Shri Sai Krishna Rama Siva Maruti Yati Rupaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sesha Sai Ne Namaha. Vasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Hridaya Vasine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Buddha Vasaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Buddha Bhavishya Pava Varjitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kaladarpa Damanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arogya Kshemadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Yoga Shema Bhagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Marga Bandhave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhukti Mukti Swarga Pavargataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Preeti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Antaryamine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satchidatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Paramanandaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jnana Swarupine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jagadapitreya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhaktanam Matru Datru Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhakta Paradinaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Saranagada Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jnana Vairagyataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Papa Karma Vasana Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Karma Dvamsine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Karma Dvamsine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Gunadida Gunatmane Namaha. Om Shri Sai Annavastradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arogyakshemedaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arogyakshemedaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arogyakshemedaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Aparajitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Trilekeshu Avigatagataye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Asakyarahidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvasakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Swarupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bahiruba Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Arubhavyaktaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Arubhavyaktaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Asintaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sulabha Durlabhaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Anadanatha Dina Bandhave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Bharaptute Namaha. Om Shri Sai Akarmaneka Karma Sukarmine Namaha. Punya Shravana Kirtanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhavana Nagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Tirthaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Vasudevaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sadam Gataye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satparayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Loganadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhavananagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amrutamsave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Amrutamsave Namaha. Om Shri Sai Bhaskara Prabhaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Brahmacharya Tapasaryadi Suvrataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Satya Dharma Parayanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddha Shankalpaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Siddheshwaraya Namaha. Sai Satpurushaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Purushottamaya Namaha. Satya Dattva Bodhagaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Kamadi Sadvairidvamsine Namaha. Om Shri Sai Apedanandanubhava Pradaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samasarvamata Sammataya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Venkatesa Ramanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Atpudananda Sharyaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Pravannarti Haraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samsara Sarva Dukkha Shayakaraya 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 Namaha. Sarvavid Sarvato Mukaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantar Bhagistidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samarasa Shanmarga Sthapanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarvantar Bhagistidaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Sarva Mangalagaraya Namaha. Sarvabhishta Pradaya Namaha. Samarasha Sanmarga Sthapanaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Samartha Sadguru Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Nadaya Namaha. Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Shri Sai Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayaga Rajajiraja Yogiraja Parabrahma Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Get ready for that.
Om Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shirdi Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha Om Sai Namo Namaha Shri Sai Namo Namaha Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha Sadguru Sai Namo